Hey there, crafty friends. Welcome and thank you for joining me. My name is Melissa Miller, and today I thought we would make a super cute shaker card and a shadow box card. So I still have some little ones in my life that I like to spoil for Christmas, and I wanted to give them a super cute card. So we will be using the Doodle Cuts Sweet Santa dies. And I just love this because these dies make this card come together so easily. We will also be using the nested arches from Pinkfresh Studio, and we are using the largest. And then I also used the stitched diamond star cover plate, also from Pinkfresh Studio. This is perfect for our background. So let's go ahead and get started. So here I've got all the pieces already all cut out for you, but I just wanted to show you which die to use for which color pieces. I've already got my sentiment. I had a little tiny Merriest Christmas sentiment already in my stash that I white heat embossed on black. And then here we've got our face and the beard. Now this piece here you cut out with the white cardstock, but you also need to cut out his little face, the eyes and the nose, well, kind of the mouth area there, also in black. So I've got those little pieces right here. Here we've got his shoes, his belt, and his little mittens. Over here we've got his mustache, the piece for his hat, the piece that goes on his coat. We've got the little belt buckle, his nose, his body. And then for the presents, you can cut 2 presents at once, but you can only cut 1 bow at a time. I kind of wish there was 2 bows. It would speed it up a little bit, but it's all pretty simple. All the colors that you need to cut out. So let's go ahead and start assembling. He comes together so quickly, and I will show you how I like to do it. We do need our fine tip glue, and there are 9 pieces in that die set. This is super easy. So I like to start with his little furry part for the bottom of his coat, and we're just going to start assembling. We need to work on the face, and for his face, for the skin color, I just used E000, and I am just going to color in his face. I'm going to give it a couple layers here so it's a little darker. And just color that in. You don't need to color the whole thing because this whole piece will not show. Just like that. Let's let that dry for just a second. I've already got our Christmas presents put together. These were a little tricky because the pieces are small. You just want to do your ribbon up and down first and then put your bow on there. I've got my pieces ready here. We've got our background that we ran through the machine with the stitched, what is that called? The stitched Christmas star. So we've got our background. And then I just used Recollections glittered cardstock. You know, this pack lasts forever, it seems like. It just doesn't seem to run out. And then I've already got my piece here. I just had a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I just cut the middle out of there with the arch here. And then I added a piece of acetate to that. So that is all ready for us. And then I wanted to show you how I did this. So I took my Santa, I put him in there, and I kind of figured out where I wanted him to stand. I actually turned that upside down. I figured out where I wanted him to stand in the little arch, the opening there, and I took my pencil and I just drew a line on there. And I just trimmed it out with my scissors. I didn't even use a special die or anything. I've got 2 sizes here, one that's a little taller where he'll stand, and then the smaller one. So that was how I did that. I've already got these all ready, and because this one is a shaker card, I am just going to glue these directly to the glitter, or I'm sorry, to the background. We're just going to glue our glitter directly to the background. Both layers here. You will be able to see them, even though there's no stacking in here. You will be able to tell that there's 2 layers. Just glue those down. Just like that. And then I also glued my Santa directly down. Let's make sure that's where we want him. And I think that is perfect. Because this is a shaker card and I didn't want everything, I didn't want the little shaker bits to like get stuck behind him. That's why we are gluing it directly down. Just try to center him. I am putting his little feet on that snow there. And that's perfect. Just hold him down for a minute. Then we can figure out where we want our presents. And these also get glued directly down. And then we'll have our sentiment. I think that's probably pretty good. We'll move that sentiment up before we glue it down. But let's get our presents glued down. Okay, so all our presents are glued down. That is so cute already. Everything is glued directly to the card panel because we are going to make this into a shaker card and we don't want it to catch on anything. So now I am just going to take some snowflakes out of my stash and I will attach these. And this just kind of gives it a little bit more detail when it shakes. Just a little bit more sparkle. Just a little bit more eye-catching shine. And we want to bring in our panel and make sure those are placed well. I put a little one on the corner of his coat there. I think that's probably perfect. All right, let's glue those down. Our sequins are glued down, but we're going to set this aside for a minute and we're going to let that dry. We want to make sure that those dry. And what I did here was I brought in my Stampin' Up! Foam strips because these are extra thick. I don't know if you can see this or not. These are the foam strips that I get off of Amazon, and I really like these. These are my favorite because they are so thin. But because we're doing a shaker card, I wanted thicker foam strips. So I found these in my stash. And what we are going to do here is we are going to take this and we're going to follow the arch because we want to make sure that those shaker bits really only go as far as the shape. We don't need them to shake up back into the corner. We only need them to shake in the opening. So I've got all my foam on there. I've pulled all the release paper off, and we are going to put our shaker bits in here. And this is what I did not want to do. There we go. So let's just kind of move those in the center, spread them out a little bit. Probably could use a little bit more. And then let's take our Santa, and I prefer to do it this way. I seem to get better control over placement. So I am just going to line that up, stick that down, and there you have it. We have our Santa shaker card, and that is just so cute. I love that. All we have to do is attach this to a card base, and that is ready to go. So let's work on our other one. So our next one is the shadow box card, and I don't know which one I like better, but I think I really, really like the shadow box, but we will be using a lot more layers, a lot more foam tape. So I've got everything ready, prepped, just like we did for the first card, but I've got a lot of foam on the back. I want this to really appear to be a shadow box. So let's go ahead and take all of these off. So we've got foam on our glitter. We're just going to line up the taller one with the bottom of that. Same thing for the shorter little hill here. We're just going to line that one up right there. And now we've got our layers. I think you can see those. And that is going to be so cute. On our Santa, I've already gone ahead and I have already put foam tape behind him. So let's get him added. And I put foam behind everything, his little hands and his feet. I did not put any on the very bottom of his feet because we're going to overlap his feet on that little hill there. So we can put this back on there just to make sure we get it placed nice and centered. Rest his feet on that hill, and he's on there. So let's go ahead and let's build our layers here. So I also used my Stampin' Up! Foam strips here, but I also used a little bit of my thinner foam strips. And for that, I'm just going to put a little bit, you can see, line these up next to each other, and we just need a little piece because we're doing this in steps. We kind of have to have steps in there because we've got these two layers. So we'll line that up there. Then we can take another little piece on the other side. Right there. We could actually even put that right there, but we'll put it on here. And then we can take and make sure that that fits correctly, and it does. That fits perfect. So now we will put foam tape, the taller foam tape, around this frame. And this doesn't need to go all the way to the edge like the other one did, because we're not keeping any sequins in here. I will have everything that I used listed in the description below. And when I checked this morning, I did look this morning, and Firefly Farm had this Santa, the Doodlebug Santa, in stock on her website. So I will make sure that I list that. This side is off just a little bit. I think that's too long. There we go. That fits better. Perfect. Now we can take all our release papers off. And I am going to add a little glue on the bottom here, because this is adhering directly to the glitter paper. So all we need is just a little bit of glue there. Get that centered and placed. And that's perfect. Just kind of hold that for a minute. When you glue on glitter paper like that, you just want to make sure that it adheres really well. So now we can place our presents. I did put a little piece of foam tape behind the presents just to make sure that they stick. And because we are placing them on a layer, we need to make sure that it lays perfectly. So make sure you check out Firefly Farm. She has a lot of great items, not just crafting items, but she also has gifts. She has everything in there. She's got home decor, she's got candles, she has everything. So now let's take our sentiment. I've got this on foam also. Please like and subscribe. I'm still trying to grow my channel. Share me with your other crafty friends. I would appreciate it. I'm always looking for new subscribers. And if there are any items out there that you would like to see a video on, if you're looking at more tips for a certain technique, please let me know. I read all comments and I respond to everything, unless it's just like a nice comment. I liked that card, or super cute. I will just give you a heart or a thumbs up, but I do read all comments. All right, I think that's probably pretty good there. Let's add our sequins. Our sequins are added, and that is so cute. And this was so simple. So I hope you enjoyed this video today. No special techniques or tricks, just something super cute. I love a shaker card for a little one. And these are adorable. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.